We are unmuted, so everybody's heavy breathing, and my mic should be coming through. It looks like it's coming through at full volume, so Keller can't complain about it later. All right. So welcome everybody. April 18th. Wow, we're burning through April pretty fast. And it is 8:13 in the evening. Sorry about the delay. We were trying to get some members in that were having difficulties tonight. So this is AmpGuard of Alaska's Board of Directors meeting. I realize this document is labeled incorrectly. It should be AmpGuard of Alaska Board of Directors. So anyways, in attendance, we've got myself as the president and CEO. Looks like we've got Ravenstone's representative, Logan, Loop and Moon with Michelle, Frozen Coast with Victor, the ex officio, Jason's there, Secretary Treasurer Cameron is here, and just kind of watching in for the moment, we've got Sage from Icefire Bay, but Astrowinds is currently missing. He's having some technical difficulties at the moment, and hopefully he will join us partway through or for the CoC meeting. So, first thing on the agenda for tonight is the acceptance of the previous minutes from the last meeting that we held, which would have been March. Is this an acceptance of meetings? Is that what this document is going to tell me when I open it? Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, basically.
Okay, so our last official meeting was March 21st. Or no, shoot, I swapped documents too far. Yeah,
yes,
March 21st. Okay, so does everybody accept?
We voted to approve.
Does everybody approve and accept that last time we had a meeting that we accepted the minutes of the meeting from March 7th? Do we all want to like just give a thumbs up, a yay? Yeah, okay. Yay, bureaucracy seems silly.
Sounds good.
It happens. I don't think we're going to get any resistance there. We had a meeting that was not a whole lot. All right, cool. So I'm going to call that a unanimous passing, as silly as that sounds. Acceptance. How about unanimous acceptance? Cool. All right, next item on the agenda, and so we'll actually have something of substance, sort of, is taxes. So at this point, I'm going to hand it over to Cameron so that he can give us a rundown of what he wanted to share regarding taxes.
Okay, so taxes are filed.
Yay, filed.
I've got that up on a PDF. No, I don't have. Close my PDF. I have the check that I wrote. It was $1,217.
1217. Is that what you said?
Yep.
1217. That we owed them, correct?
Yes.
Cool. And paid. You have the check, but you haven't submitted it.
I have not submitted it yet. Like I have not posted it online or anywhere.
Okay.
But I've written the check. I have posted a PDF of the taxes that were filed, and I put a link to that in the CoC.
I just got that file open, and I'm kind of glancing over it. Yeah. Any questions, concerns there from anybody? Is there any noteworthy things, any things that we should do better for next time? As far as like how we spend money. I know we kind of talked about like what things are eligible. Are there things that we should be careful about doing in the future because they're not eligible or for deductions?
We should definitely keep better track of what we spent our money on. I'm going to need to do an audit of our records because there was. Let me pull up that spreadsheet right quick. $2,659.09. I can't find any trace of what became of it. So I'm going to need to audit that. And I'm sure it went somewhere. There's no note in our ledgers or anything saying this money got transferred from here to there. And so it's, in one case at least, it's clearly not where our ledgers say it is, because that's an account that is now closed. So.
Is that what got converted to a different account name or something like that? Like the events budget or something? I'm just throwing out ideas.
No, that's all accounted for. One of the Alaska USA accounts, the last transaction listed on that from what we've got recorded leaves a balance of $1,659.09. But that account is closed, so And I don't have any transaction indicating that any other account increased by that amount.
Oh,
so
that's weird. Okay. Alrighty, but you'll keep us surprised of what you find.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody have any other questions for him? No. So then the next logical thing, if we're moving on to the end of the agenda, would be that somebody would. Nope, you're all muted. Oh.
Motion to close the meeting.
There we go. We got somebody with a hint. I got it.
Hold on. I'm trying to look at the tax forms here because I think this needs to be reviewed. Particularly, I would like to see, and I know this is Cameron's first time doing this, so I'm not trying to jump down on his case at all. But if preliminary calculation of taxes results in us owing money, that's something that should be brought to the board probably before it's due, so that we can review it to ensure that we're not just sending the IRS money for no reason. At this point, these have already been filed electronically.
Paper, mailed in.
Oh, you mailed them in?
We don't have any other options at this time.
Why don't we have other options?
Because any application to be able to file things electronically took longer than we had.
Okay, so you did all these calculations yourself. You didn't go through a service or anything.
Correct. And I went through what we had in our ledger, what we had for receipts, and added up numbers. That's all anybody else could have done.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate you doing that. I mean, I think that we should probably be reviewing this.
Probably.
Do you guys not have this document open right now? What does reviewing it mean to you, other than having the document open and going through it line by line and trying to follow it? Is there an implication?
To me, well, this document is a summary of a bunch of other documents. So, I mean, the fact that we have money that we can't account for, I mean, this is a tax form that's based on a summary of the information that we have, knowing that the information is incomplete. Which, given the timeline, it's not like Cameron has a lot of other options, but right. That's not the best place for us to be in, and the board should be concerned with that.
Noted. But at this time, we also need to complete the filing. As there are not a lot of other options, and it's already been submitted. That's right? It's been mailed off.
It's been mailed. I mean, so official options at this time would be to review it and send an amended return if necessary.
Does the IRS give a check back if you overpay on accident?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just takes time.
Do they?
I mean, yeah. At this
I
point,
try not to give them money. At this point, yes. So for next meeting, can we get a full breakdown of where these numbers came from and where areas of concern are, discrepancies and issues? Compensation of officers. Rent. What's the definition of rent?
Renting spaces for renting the gyms, renting the building for Dungeon Crawl, renting the fairground area for Wolf's Cry.
Taxes and licenses, but only $400. 400 licenses. 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 400 li
business license. I think that was 1 business license and 2 special event permits for alcohol.
And what about taxes that we paid to Palmer?
I have no record of taxes paid to Palmer.
What category does the money that we pay to the Alaska State Fair fall under?
That would either, depending on exactly which you're looking at, that would either be the rents or the. Let me pull up that document again right quick.
I'm thinking of the big chunk that we pay them to participate in their event of the State Fair.
Yeah. Hang on a second, and I will find that file again because I've closed it.
Other deductions. Oh, that's your summary of line 26. I see.
Yes, and that's
14617. I got you. It just happened to be that the end of page 5 ended at line 25, and so then it was like something about line 26. And I was like, wait, what?
No, that's way back up on the first page.
Yeah.
I believe that's under rent, either that or special events. But I think special events was just Midreigns stuff. So that would be rent for renting like the space at the State Fair.
Okay, so that's included in line 16 out of the just shy of 14,000.
Yep.
Taxable income before net operating loss. I'm hoping the rest of you have this open as well, and you're kind of looking through and thinking about it. I'm not an accountant. That is not my specialty. So
I mean, I'd like to see the ledger be, fixed if there's any errors or missing data on it. And realistically, for the board, I mean, it's good for us to have this form here, but like nothing in this form tells us where these numbers come from. So
fair, but the discrepancy in that he's saying that the money's missing, I don't think would affect this form. From my understanding of the description of the missing money, I don't think that's.
Well, unless he added it into all these summaries. I mean, if he put it under income but didn't put it under expenses, then it would absolutely affect the form.
I thought it was just an amount that he. Okay.
I'm under the assumption that he didn't categorize it, and therefore it wasn't in the taxes.
It is part of the total assets on item D on page 1.
Right, so it counts as income, but not a deduction, correct?
No. It counts as part of what we had when we started the year that we still have at the end of the year.
Okay.
Schedule J, Part I, line 11. Yeah, if you could, I'm curious where the 1217 element comes into play. Like, how is that calculated?
21% of the 21% of line 28.
Of line 28.
Which is income minus expenses.
Does anybody on here use H&R Block? I've never used H&R Block.
I do all my taxes through Intuit.
I used TurboTax.
Same here.
I've
The only
formally
reason
done my personal taxes with H&R Block's online software, but not this year.
Gotcha. I was just doing some reading because I'm trying to catch up because I don't know much about, nonprofit taxes. But I did see that H&R Block offers a premium and business tax software that can do a nonprofit return. So I don't know if that's something we could use to, download it and run it through to verify anything, or
That's
Yeah, and I got that.
I
software,
just put in the same numbers that I worked with by hand.
and but I've got that software too. It's what I have to use for my business since it's now it files as a corporation. Okay. Well, and my recommendation is that the board actually involved with taxes to some degree. Right now,
Victor?
we're
Victor, tip your mic up slightly. About an inch or two. There you go. Thank you. That'll
because
help.
we're generating an $1,100 unanticipated and as of yet unauthorized expense, or $1,200, excuse me, and that's a substantial enough money that we should probably be really sure that we have to pay that.
How do you guys want to handle it? What do you guys want to do? Does anybody make a motion for anything? Or are we going to sit here and stare at a tax form all night?
I would like to make a motion to reach out and have another person look over our finances.
Define another person.
I would recommend somebody that has done it in the past, that knows kind of, in mind, throwing a name out there, I was kind of thinking Shelley,
Shelby?
or Hadlin. Mm-hmm.
I would disagree. She does not seem to have the capacity for additional things at the moment.
Okay. Well, I know she had her background before.
Can we ask Mara, since she was the previous KPM, and might have some insight?
That might be the
All right.
Before we do that,
Oh.
I have a question. Just some clarification, if I can, from the Prime Minister. Corin, are there any? Is there anything with the ledger that's unresolved other than the $2,600 you mentioned?
What do you mean?
Well, you mentioned earlier in the meeting that you wish we had kept better track of our expenses. So I basically, I'm asking you to elaborate on that.
There's an assortment of reimbursements that don't indicate what they're reimbursed for. There's a check number 69 that I was not able to determine what that was for. That was off of the Alaska USA account.
Sorry. Did any of that result in money you weren't allowed to apply as a deduction because you didn't know where it came from?
Yes.
Okay. So that means that potentially, if we identify where that money came from and categorize it appropriately, then it could result in additional deductions on our taxes.
Potentially, yes.
Okay. So I think the first thing we need to do is resolve that. Like the Chancellor's Council needs to figure out what's going on with the unidentified stuff and identify it. Because if that's non-taxable money, then that right there cuts down the taxes immediately.
So, Goran, you seem to have a pretty good understanding about business tax. If the board determines that we need to resubmit or do a correction form of some kind, how does that work as far as steps? So do we send out the check now for what we believe is due, reevaluate it, then send a corrected form?
Okay, we have sent the check out. We would file an amended 1120.
Yeah, we have to pay our taxes. In fact, Corin, are we on an alternate fiscal year schedule?
No.
Okay, so our taxes are already late since they were due in March.
No, our taxes are due April 15th.
Corporate taxes are due in March 15th.
That's what I mentioned before.
Not according to the instructions for Form 1120.
Okay. I know that because I file as a corporation, I'm required to have my taxes in by March 15th. Okay. That's, I mean, we can look at you later, but it also means that even with the April 15th, that our taxes are late. You have to have them paid by that date, right? So we have the potential of being penalties at this point.
Oh, they just have to be postmarked by the date.
Yeah, but aren't we past that date?
I put them in the mail on Monday.
Oh, you sent a check?
Yes, that's what I've been saying. This check is paid. This is written. This is done.
Got you. I misunderstood that. I thought you said it had not been sent yet. So did we have an authorization for that already?
Legal obligation.
Okay. Well, so I understand that, and again, I'd like to preface all of this with, Corin, I'm not trying to be critical at you. This is the stuff that our organization has to do right. You, Cameron, do not have a legal obligation to pay it on time. The corporation has a legal authorization to pay it on time, and the corporation has a process for spending money, which we cannot just ignore because the corporation isn't meeting its obligations. The decision-making body, which is this board right here, has to decide to authorize that money. So that's something that should probably be resolved as well.
Agreed. But I mean, it's not like we can legally choose to not authorize
we absolutely
paying taxes.
And there's repercussions for that, but a corporation can absolutely not pay its taxes. It gets in trouble, but it can make that decision.
Fair enough.
But I want to make sure that, like, you know, because everything we do today can be looked back on, these videos can be looked back on 5 years from now, right? I just want to make it very clear that just because taxes are due, if the board hasn't voted to authorize it or isn't a pre-authorization in a thing or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean the officer or tax preparer or whoever's doing it can just send a check. So I just want to get that out there. You were asking about steps, Rosath, Victor.
Yeah.
So the check's already been sent, which is good. I mean, that is a good thing that the money's happened out there, and I think the board needs to vote tonight to make sure that they approve of that. So the next step would be to clean up our ledger, right? So that we've identified all of the money that we have, so we know exactly what we're working with. And then review the taxes to make sure everything that we could have deducted from what we spent is deducted, which realistically should be everything. And then if we spent too much money, then we just send an amended return, and then we get a tax return. So that would be the process for that. And I think you have up to 2 years to do an amended return if you've overpaid. So
yes, that's not a big deal.
It's not a huge deal.
We should take care of it.
Forget about it. Which this organization is very capable of forgetting about something like that. Yeah. we forget stuff like that all the time. It's real easy. So it's good to keep on it while it's right in front of us. Because realistically, unless we just forgot to spend a bunch of money, our tax liability should be very small unless we just accumulated a bunch of money and just didn't spend it.
Yeah, we had a net income of several $1,000s this year.
Okay. I just want to make sure that anything we did spend, we're getting credit for. Because it's like we're paying like 20 cents on every dollar, right?
21.
All right, there you go then. So for every dollar that we don't appropriately, claim, we're spending 21 cents for no reason. So we don't want to do that if we don't have to, because it adds up real fast.
So, Corin, my next question is, can these discrepancies be identified or narrowed down to a park, or are they just an unknown?
Okay, for example, one of the discrepancies is line. If I think you guys should all have access to the Chancellor's Council folder on the Google Drive. If you go in there, actually, I'll just go ahead and hit the link.
Okay.
Into the,
I got a question. I'm just going to interrupt you for a second. I apologize. Would there be a reasonable timetable that you could give the board on when you and the rest of the Chancellor's Council could put together just a list of discrepancies that you guys aren't able to fix?
Yeah, I could probably get that done by end of week.
Okay, I mean, because there's no point in having you guess at what this stuff is for right now while you're on the spot.
Yeah, there's just a handful of things.
Okay. You guys can do that.
My question was if it was just all scattered around, or if it was, with a specific area.
It's most of it is in the general Northreach bucket.
Okay.
So I just linked the 2018 Consolidated Ledger file into the Council of Crowns post. If you open that up, look at the Northreach tab, line 49 says check $69,632 and 79.
That's a big amount.
No indication at all what check 69 is, what it was for, where it went, anything. Just a check number and an amount.
Okay. I mean, we can actually ask Alaska USA to pull that check up for us.
I can't.
Well, the board can, I imagine.
Yes, but the logistical difficulties in doing that are why we closed our Alaska USA accounts and went to Denali.
Fair enough.
I think Shelby might still be a signer on those accounts and might actually be able to go in and actually ask that.
Okay. Well, we can reach out to whatever resources we can.
Yeah. She's one of the people I was going to reach out to on seeing if I could, get the information that I was looking for auditing this stuff.
Another thing that might be a good idea for the board to do, or the CoC or whatever, or the Monarch if he wants to do it by all thing, but we should probably put something either in the bylaws or the admin manual that specifies when taxes documents should be presented to the board. And I think that would be a really good thing for the outgoing Prime Minister to do rather than the incoming Prime Minister.
Yep.
Because having them done the first week of February is probably a pretty good business practice.
Mm-hmm.
And that person's had a whole year to play around with the ledger and have an idea of what's going on and be able to answer questions about what happened in the last 12 months, whereas Corin has no idea what happened before he took office. So that might be a good thing to put into our rules.
Yep, we need to grow in this aspect. I've had lots of people send me messages regarding taxes and stuff, and planning for it. I think that we've been operating under the notion that we owed nothing, and so it's never been budgeted for. I remember bringing it up during the budget discussion and told, we don't tend to pay taxes. We tend to spend most of what we get. So,
well, in the past, we've actually looked at it ahead of time enough to know that we needed to spend money. And so we've just spent it all before the end of the year.
Right.
And if we set it up that way, we can totally start doing our taxes in November and know hey, it's Christmas time. We got to spend some money. Who wants stuff? And we buy a bunch of stuff. That's a good time to ask for floor mats.
Yeah.
I was just thinking.
You're right. Not right now. All right. So moving forward, the plan, as I'm hearing it form, is that we want to give Corin a chance to kind of find and identify and label the discrepancies. And from there, we'll move forward and decide whether we want to invite, say, Mara or Amanda to look at it or not. I don't know if we need to
Well, I
trouble
think
her at the moment.
because at that point, if we can identify them, I mean, possibly get in touch with Mara since she was the prior Kingdom Prime Minister.
Are you kidding me? For those watching the stream, this is Google for you. Yeah, looks like I'm still live and the whole thing dies. Fantastic. Oh, what's the next move here? All right, let's see if I can sign into Google's Hangout system again. Oh boy. Closing that window. Firing up the video call. Copying the link, sending it back into Messenger. Oh, it looks like some people are rejoining.
We're moving.
That's good.
We were just laughing at your expense.
Did it drop me and not you guys?
Yeah, it dropped you.
Yes. Yeah. Dropped
Okay.
you.
So the error message, if you guys
Here's the problem.
watch the YouTube video, it just says that like Google Hangouts died.
Oh wow.
So
And back.
that's
No,
why
we
I
were
was
all
like,
chatting
is
away.
and I have no like, yeah, this interface doesn't have a way for you to rejoin another because it doesn't register it as in the conversation history. That's fine. I could be done for the evening. You guys can figure this. You got this. Can I call her in again?
Oh, so you
copy that.
just remember the live stream is a courtesy frill thing that we do. It's not, we're not a TV channel. It's nice to have it.
I don't see where's did we put another link to join in somewhere?
We need
I
to.
can hear Cameron through Doug's account. Let's see if I can add Cameron manually.
How come I can hear Cameron, but I don't see him logged in?
No, you're hearing him through something because I can hear him through yours. So I wonder if you're in both.
I'm hearing people through somebody else's.
Yeah, it's through Doug's. But I sent you a direct invite if you can hear me. This is fun. This is like old school phone line patching. Did we have a plan formulating though? It sounded like we were going to get Cameron to find those discrepancies, give us a report, and then we were going to move forward from there. And tonight we will approve the loaning of money to the IRS to accommodate or to facilitate our potential tax.
There was a motion on the floor from Puppet to approve the check that Cameron sent, and I believe that Victor seconded it.
Okay.
That is correct.
So I got to miss those cool things. All right. Is Cameron joining this again?
I think you missed the link.
I sent it. He's got a manual invite. I will copy the link and message him individually. Let's find him in my list. There he is. Okay. You said motion by Doug. List.
Second by Victor. And just to be formal, it would be to approve the check expenditure of $1,217.
Of 1217 to the IRS for potential tax liability. We may not let you keep the money. All right, looks like Cameron made it back in. His video's just disabled.
Hello, I joined the new link. I don't hear anything anymore.
Can you hear us? Hello? We hear you.
I am going to try leaving and rejoining.
This is fun.
Yeah, isn't technology great? So lovely.
Okay, I hear people again.
You hear us now.
I can make this a battle game.
Okay, so also if you're referencing and if you plan to publish this to the membership, you should reference section 8.3.2 of the bylaws, which gives the board the authority to approve that money.
3.2.
Did we have a vote that I missed? Or are we
haven't gotten the vote yet. He's making notes.
There was a motion and a second. So I have it written. Motion by Douglas Dow, seconded by Victor Hunter, to approve check expenditure of $1,217 to the IRS for potential tax liability per 8.3.2 of bylaws of corporate bylaws. All right, let's do this as a vote. That's what you get for putting an A in your name. Victor, you're first. Yay or nay?
Larry, you're talking, but I don't hear nothing.
Oh, fantastic.
Nope, I see mouth movement, no sound.
Likewise.
Oh, good, it's not just me.
Okay.
There you go.
You can hear me now, so
yep.
Whatever. Apparently it doesn't like my audio subsystem anymore. That is annoying. Or maybe this one. I assume you can still hear me?
Yep.
Cool. I clicked on the wrong one because I'm tired. All right, so we have a motion by Douglas Dow, seconded by Victor Hunter, to approve check expenditure of $1,217 to the IRS for potential tax liability per 8.3.2 of corporate bylaws. Victor, you are voting first because you put an A in your name. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Yes. Cameron?
Yes.
Doug?
Yay.
Skipping you. Logan?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Cool. And I'll say yes for the record as well. So unanimous yes. So yay, we approve that things were done and we are happy with them. But moving forward, we will have Cameron provide us a report with the discrepancies and a breakdown of things, and we will try to help him identify more basically tax write-offs, and then we will file an amended one if we find something of substance going through that process. Does that sound correct to everybody? Just kind of a thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah, Corey have that done in a week. Is that something you feel pretty comfortable with, Cameron? Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
That gives us a week to look it over for the next meeting.
Yeah.
Sounds right. And I'm assuming through that process, you might involve Amanda as well, kind of to find those discrepancies. So we might drag her into the process a little bit, and maybe, I don't know, gain some insight that way. Does anybody have any other questions, comments, concerns about taxes? No? Okay. So, somebody at one point was about to make a motion to do something. All right, I make a motion to adjourn.
That was me.
Second that motion.
Victor wins. Victor, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay. Cameron, close or no close?
Close.
Close. Doug.
Close.
Cool. Logan.
Yes.
Michelle.
Yes.
Okay, we are closed at 8:53 p.m. All right, that chunk of the meeting done. Come on, Google.
Woot.
Freaking don't screw up again. Save the freaking file. I'll leave it open. All right. Hi, everybody. If you're still here with us, then we are moving on to the Council of Crowns meeting, and that is, we are still on April 18th, barely, of 2019. In attendance, we basically have nearly everybody. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And in addition, Cameron and Goran, you're both welcome to stay, but don't feel as obligated because I'm putting the pressure on everybody else to stick around. Oh, I canceled that, Goran. You're stuck here because first item on the agenda is the ambassador report. So what is happening?
Nothing.
Yay. Cool.
No, nothing's changed. We haven't started the second business window for April. Has been postponed by a week since there's 5 weeks in this month. So I have nothing new from the last report.
You made me count the weeks. Because I'm like, does that mean I get an extra paycheck?
I didn't actually go and look. That's just what I was told by the chairman. So I assumed that was accurate information.
Well, I'm disappointed now because I don't get an extra paycheck this month. So
the AI BoD did receive confirmation from the Circle of Monarchs that we would like them to change their bylaws to appoint members if they're 6 months or less left in a term in a vacated seat. So they have made that adjustment in their bylaws, and they're looking to appoint somebody. Other than that, nothing's really moved forward.
It's kind of obnoxious to have a big process for something that's so short term.
Well, it is. I mean, yeah, it is. And they can change the bylaws by themselves. They just were gun shy due to the whole, AI is a bunch of power hungry, blah, 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 conspiracy theory people. So the COM wanted to lend them some official support in that matter.
Okay, that's fair. Alrighty, jumping down to the next item. So there's a request to have an exemption for some miners in Icefire Bay, but I think we're missing some information that, at least for me, would make me give an automatic no vote for myself personally. Sage, do you want to table this one for this meeting, or do you want to try to pitch it, or do you have anything that you want to share tonight? I don't advise a vote tonight, though, if you're missing some of that critical information, because I saw that your PM works kind of late tonight.
Yeah, she does indeed. One of the bummers is remember Marshmallow was going to be in Anchorage this weekend and was hoping to stop by and participate in Kingdom Day. And so one of the reasons why it was a last minute, it'd be good to get her approved so she can join in with everybody.
Marshmallow's not 14?
No, they are either 11 or 12. Pretty sure about that, but they're not 14 yet. They are homeschooler down here, and so it's been really awesome having them join the group because it's provided them with all sorts of different things to learn new skills and work with the group and have other people to interact with.
And she's not been playing at all?
No, she's been doing some sparring stuff and whatnot.
Huh. I thought I knew a Marshmallow for some reason. That's just me being old, I guess.
Names get reused. We know a Bubbles. I'm sure that one hasn't come up again, right?
I know at least 3.
Right? I'm going to get somebody to do all the different Orans, though, at some point. But, yeah, so I don't think that... do you guys want to do a vote? Do you want to counter me and say you want to vote on this and do something with it right now? I'm sticking with my opinion that I had a second ago, but... opening the floor
I would
up.
prefer to wait till we have more information about their ages and such.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know if Kingdom Day is going to be the best time for somebody to play their first battle game either.
I pledge.
Yeah, that's probably fair. All right, so let's table this for now. So it's not a no yet, but it's it's not a yes either. All right. So just jumping down the list. Stop me, like you guys do, if you need to. So somebody mentioned it. Kingdom Day, 2 days from now. Wear some layers. It's gonna be a little cool outside, but if it's like it was this afternoon in that area, because I kind of work nearby, it won't be too bad, honestly. If you guys are active or eating food, it's gonna be fine. Just
So bring food.
Have we looked at the field at all?
got
Because
food. Yes,
I got
I've
a
looked.
ton of snow at my house.
I've looked at the field and there's no snow. That area of Anchorage is not the snow's not sticking. The snow came down, like the precipitation came down as snow, but it's melting. And I have snow at my house too. Like, in fact, my front yard. I'm looking at my backyard. There's still some snow there, but yeah. So it's a little cool, but it's it's in the 40s in the area, and for the afternoon, it looks like it's supposed to be mostly cloudy. There's a slight chance of a little bit of rain, but it's nothing really to be scared of. So some other things about that. So it's out at the field, out of the park. We're gonna have battle games. Pocket sent me a message. I didn't have time to look at it though, but he has some battle games planned. I don't know if he's gotten that to House Lore yet, or if you guys have started discussing it.
We discussed it. He has not gotten it to us, but it looks like he just posted them publicly. So now I have them. Okay.
Well, there. So yeah, I did not have the time to look at it before then. So games are happening. There's a kit competition. That's kind of my little cutesy name. The idea behind that one, for those that have been asking, is the person wearing the kit, basically the person that comes in either a full steampunk or a full zombie setup. Those guys are basically, in the competition, and it's going to be basically me and maybe one or two other random arbitrary people with opinions and stuff, biased and whatnot, and we're gonna just figure out who stands out and who's super awesome looking. No super strict criteria, so if you bought elements of your kit and you're mixing and matching with other things, that's cool, that's fine for this. Look like the most awesome steampunk setup or the most awesome zombie setup that you've got, and that's really the point of this one. And I've got a list of artifacts that are going to be available, and we'll just let you guys pick which ones you got. Some of the artifacts you can pick twice, more than one person can pick it, and others it'll be first come first served. We're not going to give out 5 flame blades. The first person to pick that one gets it.
You could just give me 5.
Just give you all 5. You have to wield all 5 at the same time.
Deal.
There can only be one.
So that's the kit competition. So yeah, look awesome. Come out in your super awesome kit, and we'll arbitrarily pick out some super awesome ones. The theme item competition. I did not get feedback on how that one was supposed to be run, so here it is. I'm going to make up the rules right on the spot. It is going to be make your best theme related item and submit it. We'll have them spread out on, I was going to say on a table, but depends on how many tables are there. I have a couple tables I'm bringing, but I might need them for the food. But we'll line them up, and we're going to let everybody just have a vote. So if you come out and you sign up, you get to vote for some items, and the most popular items that are the coolest, that's going to be the one. Those are going to be the ones that win. Try to keep that one as kind of A&S-y by the rules as you can. 80% of your work or better, or more. Sorry. Don't buy those. This is supposed to be for handcrafting. For actually crafting stuff, and it'll be really. I think some people have some cool things. I know Logan was working on some stuff. And I think a few others have. I've kind of seen some pictures. Rob's always showing off his A&S stuff, so. some cool things will be happening there. And again, more artifacts being given out there. I'm going to be dragging out my grill, assuming that it doesn't fly out the back of my truck on the way out. And tomorrow I'm going to be, raiding Costco's and hitting that up for a bunch of food. And if that's not enough to get you out there, then we're also giving out 3 credits for attendance. I think I burned through the questions. I know I got a message from somebody a second ago. Let me just reread this message to make sure I covered their question. Judging, how is the judging going to work? Okay, I think I covered that one for the KitComp. It's going to be basically me arbitrarily picking things and people that look cool. And, maybe more artifacts are given out than the top 1 winner. Maybe it's the top 2 winners. We'll see. Show up, look awesome. This is supposed to be fun. And that's really the point of it. Do any of you guys, since you're here in the chat, have questions? It is not a 32 credit day. Gosh darn it, you people. You know who you are. You sit back down. It is a 3 credit day. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Not taking 32 credits. Freaking, he got me riled up about nothing.
So is there going to be any kind of shelter set up for the A&S stuff?
I
mean, if it's raining,
I don't have anything to deploy. If anybody could volunteer to bring something to deploy, that would be awesome. But it is not.
Northreach has a big tent.
Sorry, I talked over you.
Oh, I said Northreach has a big tent. We have the one we use at the Ren Fair.
Where is it and who has it?
I don't know the answer to that question. I did not acquire Ren Fair, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be at Morris.
That sounds right. Because I helped haul stuff off. That sounds right. She might have it.
Okay. I will send a message to Mara, but I don't have it. So I can't make that happen. But there's the pavilion, and given the weather, it might work out in our favor. I don't know if we're going to have stiff competition for it, for that spot. So, oh, Amanda says it's in her shed, so she's watching. That's awesome. So maybe that's happening. Cool. I didn't even have to send a message other than what I just
did. We could use that and ask her if she wants to hold on to it, or we could put it out in storage unit afterwards.
Yeah. It is fair. All right. Any other questions, comments about Saturday? Nope. All right. Now I'm going to put you all on the spot. Midreigns. My Midreigns done. I had somebody throw on a really big event for it. But hopefully you guys all know when your Midreigns are, and I'm going to let you each toss your dates out there. So let's start with the person who put an A in their name. Victor, when is your Midreign? All right.
I know. There should be the 19th.
And she is correct. It's May 19th.
May 19th. Okay. Doug. Next, you're going to pop quiz. When's your Midreign?
May 4th.
May 4th. I knew one was super early.
I only remember it because it's like a Star Wars theme, I think.
Because May the 4th, yep. Logan.
Yeah, but it's imprinted.
Sorry, what does that put me on? That makes me the 12th, I think. Yeah. So May 12th.
Okay.
And we're doing like the Amped Guard Olympics kind of a theme, I guess. So.
Yeah.
May 13th, 12 to 6 p.m. Says my regent.
May 13th. Oh, he's cheating. He's sending you the answers. Oh, dirty.
That doesn't make sense, though, because the 13th is a Monday.
Is it?
According to the calendar I'm looking at.
May 13th is a Monday, so I think May 12th is
Yeah.
probably more correct.
12.
12. Which
yeah.
I'm going to guess now. I have a feeling I know what Michelle's answer is going to be, but let's still, go through it. So when is...
I mean, to be fair, she knew already, so...
Yeah, that's true. She
May
did say
11th.
May
11th for Lupin Moon.
For Lupin Moon. Cool. Sage, do you know when your mid-reign is?
Oh, yeah, we're May 18th.
May 18th. That's right. Because something magical happened here that I want to point out for the populace that may not have gotten all those dates. IFB. I'm like, what are the 2 letters for Icefire Bay? That's right. It's not 2 letters. It's 3. All right. So May 4th, Fairbanks, Astral Winds. They're far away. If you can make it, that's super awesome. They're a long drive away, though, so we get it. But they're pretty early, and then you can save up your energy and do that drive again for Solstice Wars, which we'll get to here at the it's at the end of the month. But jumping down, May 11th and May 12th, back to back, Lupin Moon, Ravenstone, so you can hit both of their mid-reigns if you spend the night. If you guys are traveling, I'm sure there's people that would be more than willing and happy to help accommodate you. My house would not be a pleasant place for anybody to stay. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could, but I've got a screaming honey badger that lives here, so it's not a fun time for anybody. But so, a May 11th and May 12th, back-to-back mid-reigns for Lupin Moon and Ravenstone. And then, also, the next weekend, May 18th and 19th, back-to-back for Icefire Bay and Frozen Coast. So, you can, anybody that wants to hit the the gravy train of mid-reigns, they're spread out, but they're also clumped together by region. So I thought that was a really awesome thing that our regions worked on and put together, and kind of coordinated this year, or for this mid-reign. Does anybody have any other comments, advertising they want to do for their individual mid-reigns? No? Okay. So I mentioned this briefly, but we got to start advertising for all the summer events. So hopefully you guys are paying attention. I'm just going to start with one, Solstice Wars. That should be May 24th to 26th. Does that sound right, Doug?
Yeah, sounds right to me.
Cool, I got it. I can read a thing on another page and then copy it and put it here. I passed the test. So May 24th to 26th, up in Fairbanks. I don't think it's going to be that cold, like some people were saying. But there are, hotels and stuff too. If you want to come out, play, go take a shower. So Solstice Wars, Fairbanks, May 24th to 26th. I think some cool things are being planned there, and I think the party's kind of getting started on that, right? All right. So anyways, moving on. I'm going to stop there with the events. That's going to get us through May. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening in June. And I just said I was going to stop there, but I want to point out, because that was at the end of May, very quickly, literally June 1st, that's when the first Ren Fair day is for Three Barons Ren Fair. And so if you guys haven't seen the efforts of folks trying to coordinate shifts for those, reach out to Mara, and I think Jack was helping coordinate that, if I didn't misunderstand something. So June 1st, literally the first day of the next month, is we're hitting it hard. And then they go on again to June 8th and June 9th. That's more Three Barons Fair. And then June 15th, the following Saturday, we have the newbie barbecue. It's kind of the classic thing where we, invite a lot of noobs that hopefully we've recruited from Three Barons Ren Fair. And then I'm truly going to stop there. There's more events, like literally the following weekend and like the weekend after, and there's just so much stuff that happens throughout the entire summer. So keep an eye out and don't get burned out. Does anybody have any other items they want to add to the agenda for tonight? No? Cool.
Sort of. Just a reminder to the Monarchs that if your parks don't have a Prime Minister candidate running, you should nudge someone. Like if you've got somebody that...
Do you know any parks offhand that's an issue?
I've not seen an LOI from Icefire Bay or Astral Winds yet.
Okay.
I think Hazel's planning on running, but I've not seen an LOI.
Yeah, she's definitely planning on running, and I'll remind her tonight.
Oh, we're all about pro terming here.
That's more work. Don't do that to us, dog.
Yeah.
Go poke somebody.
You can either have them have somebody put in an LOI and vote on it when you're supposed to, or you can have somebody not put in an LOI and have me appoint somebody and have you vote to approve the appointment. I mean,
they're gonna have to vote either way, so just a different wording on the voting. All right, go poke somebody, Doug. Smack them with a foam stick or something until they say that they're gonna be your PM.
I got a question.
You gotta go for it.
Have we ordered the archery booth yet?
So I'm redirecting.
Have we ordered our Legos yet?
No, the Legos are too chill. You sit down. You wait.
Because we need that archery booth soon, right?
For what?
Well, all the different events you were just naming off.
Yes, except for you can't do archery at the Three Barons Fair, so don't need it for that.
Okay, we still got like Highland Games, right? That's
certainly.
one.
Yeah. I'm not dismissing all the others. I'm just saying it's just not for that
Oh.
one that I was talking about.
Right.
Highland Games is last weekend of June, and their coordinator is super keen on the archery booth idea. Actually, super keen on having us out at all. They were super enthusiastic and really looking forward to like getting an extended relationship going and having us out every year and everything. So if we can do an archery booth for that, I think it would be a good, it's a good event for it. It's a 12-hour, it's a one-day event, but it's a 12-hour day. So it's pretty lengthy, and I haven't been in a long time, but it's over at the fairgrounds now, so it must be pretty big. So as far as that goes.
So I think per our last meeting, we had a standing order and approval in from the BoD and everybody that said, please pay AI BoD and please buy the inflatable archery booth. That's how I'm remembering it. So
I don't remember doing the archery booth.
I know we agreed for the AI BoD, but I think we put off the archery booth.
Did we? Okay, I'm kind of looking through my notes.
Remind me of the cost of the archery booth.
Like $1,200, $1,300.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Because corn.
March 21st, pending. As soon as we have bank access, please pay AI and please purchase the inflatable archery booth. That's what I have in my list or in my notes. Do you have those down, Cameron?
I do not yet have access to the bank accounts.
Oh, you don't. Okay, so where are we with that, and what do we need to do to make that happen? Who do we have to kidnap?
I'm really not sure. We got Ingrid on. I don't know why it hasn't gotten me yet either. So
Okay.
Can you follow up with an angry voice? Like, I refuse to hang up until you fix this for me. I am an irate customer. I need to talk to managers until things are done.
I can try that.
Okay. Because we are,
I think
months out.
Yeah.
I think I can do that. I'm the liaison, right?
You could, but he's also the secretary treasurer and is the one that actually has the stuff requested and signed to him per request. So you could contact them, but you would be saying, please give this other person things. I mean, yeah. If you need backup, Logan's got some venting he needs to do. Because he's not getting a flame blade. Got to get that anger out somewhere.
We'll see.
Okay.
I'm gonna have 5 flame blades.
5. Jesus. Okay. Does anybody have anything else they want to bring up tonight? Discuss tonight? Nope. Okay. I'm gonna call it there for the public portion, for the open part of the meeting. So thanks everybody for sticking through with us. Sorry about the issues. Google sucks sometimes. All right. Have a good night, guys. Thanks.